Hello, good morning. So for today's session, I'm going to teach you about solving quadratic equations. Okay, so let's start. So quadratic equations are written in form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a is not equal to 0. So ito po yung definition ng quadratic equation. Okay? And here are the methods used to solve quadratic equation. First, we have graphing, square root property or extracting square root. We have factoring, completing the square, and we have the quadratic formula. Okay? So, yung focus lang natin is yung apat na to. Start tayo dito sa square root property or extracting square root, factoring, completing the square, and using quadratic formula. Okay, ayan po yung focus natin. Why so many methods? No, kasi like what I said a while ago, may 5 method para mag-solve ng quadratic equation. So, bakit nga ba maraming method? So, first reason is some methods will not work for all equations. Okay, though maraming method pero hindi po lahat yun applicable. Depende pa rin po sa equation. Okay? And some equations are much easier to solve using a particular method. Okay? Kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, may mga equation na mas madaling gamitin yung extracting square root or quadratic formula. Okay? So, nakadepende pa rin po talaga sa equation. Okay? And also, variety is the spice of life. Okay? So, umpisahan natin solving quadratic equation by extracting square roots, or ito yung square root property. Okay? So, this method is also relatively quickly and easy. However, it only works for equations in which the quadratic equation is written in the following form. Observe x squared equals d, and the quantity of x plus c squared equals d. And take note, if d is greater than 0, then x squared equals d has 2 real roots or solution. So, bali magiging solution natin dyan is x equals positive negative square root of d. Okay? And if d is equal to 0, then x squared equals d has 1 real root or 1 solution. Okay? So, that is x equals 0. And if d is less than 0, so ibig sabihin ng less than 0, that is negative integers, then x squared equals d has no real roots or solution, or no solution. So that is x equals positive negative I square root of d. Anyway, yung I na yan, dinedenote ng I is imaginary. Okay? Ayan. So, ayan po yung mga kailangan natin tandaan in solving quadratic equation by extracting square root. Alright? Anyway, yung d dito, yung minimin ng d, that is the constant of the equation. Okay? Again, yung d, ito po yung constant term. Okay? Yan, constant term po yan. Okay. So, try natin i-apply yung method na to sa mga susunod na equation. Okay? So, let's start. Okay, so as you can see here, class, may 10 example ako dito. So, first example, we have number 1 example, rather, x squared equals 16. Okay, so, using the extracting square root, okay, so ganito lang po yun, method nyan, kung paano i-solve using extracting square root. Okay, so, example number 1. So, we have x squared equals 16. Okay. So, kung babalikan natin yung cases kanina, if d is greater than 0, so observe, yung d natin is, or yung constant term natin is positive 16. So, tendency, dalawa po yung possible answer, positive and negative. Alright? So, sir, paano po ba isosolve yan? So, ito po yung solution. Okay? So, solution, again, compare natin yung given x squared equals 16. So to eliminate the exponent, so all you need to do is to square root both sides. Okay, take the square root both sides. Again, take the square root both sides. Alright? So, ito po yung gagawin natin. Take the square root both sides. Alright? So, square root lang natin yan. Square root. Therefore, square root of x squared is x equals the square root of 16, that is positive negative 4. So, the final answer is positive negative 4. So, sulat natin dito. Positive negative 4. Okay? Yung sagot sa number 1 is positive negative 4. Alright? So, yan po yung solution. So, next example. X squared equals 49. Okay? So, same procedure. So, as you can see here, x squared equals 49. Observe, 49 is a positive integer. So, gaya ng sinabi natin kanina, if d is greater than 0, so, it has two solutions. Okay? So, again, ito po yung solution natin. So, x squared equals 49. Again, take this square root of both sides of the equation. So, square root lang po natin yung both side. So, is x squared. Sorry, square root of x squared. That is x equals square root of 49. That is positive and negative 7. Okay, so ito na po yung final answer. X equals positive negative 7. Alright? So, sulat lang natin dito. Final answer, positive negative 7. Okay. So, for number 3, so equation natin dito is x squared minus 16 equals 0. Alright. So, kapag ganito yung equation, syempre may gagawin tayo dyan. Okay. So, ito po yung solution. Hindi po tayo pwedeng mag-extract kapag ganito po yung equation natin. Okay. So, ito po yung step. Right. So, yung goal natin is to remove negative 16 dito sa equation na to. Okay? Goal natin, mailipat dito sa right side of the equation. So, para ma-apply yan, para ma-remove yung negative 16, para mailipat dito, kailangan natin gamitin yung APE. Okay? Or addition property of equality. Alright? So, paano po ba yun? Sir, paano po yun? So, yung simple lang yung concept ng APE, mag-a-add lang po tayo ng opposite sign nung number na to. So, yung opposite sign ng negative 16 is positive 16. So, mag-a-add po tayo both side of the equation by positive 16. Okay? So, we have x squared equals 16. Observe, negative 16 plus 16, that is 0. So, eliminated na po yan. So, bali natira na lang is x squared equals 16. Okay, so with this equation, pwede na po gamitin yung extracting square root. Again, take the square root. Okay, both side of the equation, right? So, square root of x squared, that is x, equals square root of 16, that is positive and negative 4. Observe, kaya po siya positive na two solutions kasi po yung d is greater than 16. So, positive negative 4. Okay, so sulat po natin dito positive negative 4. Alright? Okay. And for number 4, as you can see here, yung given is 4x squared minus 81 equals 0. So, same concept. So, ito po yung solution. Right? So, 4x squared minus 81 equals 0. Again, using or applying APE. Okay, again, pag sinabing APE class, okay, elaborate ko lang po ito. Is addition property of equality. Property of equality. Ito po yung ibig sabihin ng APE. Okay, so ginagamit yung APE para mag-eliminate ng constant or any numbers or variables within the equation. Okay? So, goal natin ma-eliminate yung constant of the equation dito sa 4x squared minus 81 equals 0. Okay? Again, mag-a-add lang po tayo ng opposite sign nung number na gusto nating eliminate. So, this time, negative 81. So, opposite sign ng negative 81 is positive 81, right? So, mag-a-add lang po tayo both side of the equation by positive 81, right? So, yung magiging equation natin dito is 4x squared equals 81. Observe, negative 81 plus 81, that is equivalent to 0. Kaya po 4x squared na lagi natira dito sa equation na to equals 81. Alright? Now, sir, pwede po bang mag-extract agad? Yes, pwede po. Pwede tayo mag-extract agad kasi yung 4 is a perfect square. But I suggest, kapag ganito po yung equation, kailangan po muna natin i-eliminate yung coefficient. Okay? Kailangan po natin ma-eliminate yung number na to. Kung ano yung number na nandito sa quadratic term. Okay? So, eliminate the coefficient. So, syempre, divide lang po natin kung ano yung number na nandito. So, this time, 4 yung number na nandito, kaya magdi-divide po tayo both side of the equation by 4. Okay? So, 4 divided by 4, that is 1. So, matitira na lang dito is x squared equals 81 divided by 4. So, sulat na lang natin 81 over 4. Okay? So, para ma-solve yung equation na to, observe, nandito na po yung constant term sa right side. So, pwede na po tayong mag-extract. So, again, square root both side. So, x equals square root of 81 over 4, that is positive, negative 9 all over 2. Okay? So, ito na po yung answer. Positive, negative 9 all over 2. So, sulat po natin dito. Positive, negative 9 all over 2. Okay? Alright. So, ayun po yung solution. So, next example tayo, number 5. Okay, so for example number 5, we have x squared equals 8. So, ito po yung solution. So, as you can see here, class, yung constant of the equation is on the right side. So, no need to apply APE. Okay? So, sulat lang natin x squared equals 8. So, kapag ganito yung equation, class, extract agad. Okay? Square root both side. So, x equals square root of 8. Observe, class. The square root of 8 is not a perfect square. So, kailangan po natin i-simplify ito. Okay? So, sir, paano pa namin masisimplify yan? Observe. Yung 8, may factor po yung 8 na perfect square yung isang factor. O isang number. So, yung factor ng 8 is 4 and 2. Right? Pwede din 8 and 1. Okay? So, this time, 4 and 2 po yung gagamitin natin. So, sulat lang natin x equals square root of 4 multiply by square root of 2. And that is equivalent to square root of 4. So, positive, negative 2. And then, just simply copy square root of 2. Right? So, x is equal to positive, negative 2 square root of 2. So, ito na po yung final answer. Okay? So, take note class, kapag hindi perfect square yung isang number, kailangan po natin hanapin yung factor. Okay? Na may perfect square. So, this time, 8, 4 times 2 po yun. Again, yung 4 is a perfect square. So, square root of 4 is 2. And then, you simply copy square root of 2. Kasi yung square root of 2 is not a perfect square. So, isusulat na lang po natin yun. Right? Susulat po natin dito. Positive, negative 2 square root of 2. Right? So, ayan po yung solution. So, ayun lang po yung ituturo ko this time. So, next video, ituturo ko naman po yung isa pang method. Okay? Which is factoring. Okay? So, for this time, thank you sa time. And see you soon. Okay? Or see you sa next video. Okay? Thank you so much.